Hi guys, and welcome to day 9 of Bookmas 2025, where I am just making 12 days of bookish content to phase out 2025 and ring in 2026. I forget how I word that all the time, every time I film an intro. So today I'm excited because I'm sharing 10 book releases that are coming out in 2026 that I'm excited for. Of course, there are more books coming out in 2026 that I would like to read, but these are just my top 10. 8 of them have release dates, and 2 of them do not at the moment. At least not that I've been able to find online. So anyway, these are probably not in any order. I can try to because I have them all written down right here. So I can try to go as close to an order as I can. I'm gonna put just the pictures of the covers on this side. So the first one is Dragon Curse by Lise Kova. She's the author of Arcana Academy, and I love that book. It was so good. I don't really know too much about it, but I know that it looks really good and it's dragons, so I mean, obviously. And then the next book that I'm really excited to come out is Just Friends by Haley Pham. I've been watching Haley's videos almost religiously for the last couple of years, and I love her content, and her taste in books is very similar to mine, especially when it comes to contemporaries. So I really think that she is going to write an incredible book, and I cannot wait to read it. Then, sorry, I keep looking over here because my little page is right here. We have Release Me by Tahereh Mafi. This is the second book. I guess, I don't know what the series is called, but it's like a Shatter Me spinoff. The first book is called Watch Me, and it came out last April, this past April 2025. Release Me comes out on April 7th, and that one's supposed to have the really pretty holographic sprayed edges as well, so I think that's really cool. We have Ballad of Falling Dragons by Sarah A. Parker. That is the sequel to When the Moon Hatched, and I read that last year and I loved it. It was originally supposed to come out, I think, in November of this year, but just a bunch of delays. It got pushed back to the end of April, and April 28th to be exact, so I'm still excited to read that and kind of get to know the story more. I might reread When the Moon Hatched because I don't remember too much about it, unfortunately, so I think I'm going to reread it before Ballad of Falling Dragons comes out. On July 14th, we have The Gilded Blade by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. That is the third book in the Grandest Game series. I think that's the end of that series. I think it was supposed to be a trilogy. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. But I remember seeing the post and the announcement post on her Instagram, and I'm like, yes, I love the world of the Inheritance games. I have not started the Grandest Game yet. That's on my 2026 TBR, but I really want to get into the world again. So I loved the original trilogy. The Brothers Hawthorne was excellent, and now going in here, the Brothers Hawthorne was an excellent bridge novel between Inheritance games and Grandest games, so I really am excited to get back into that world because I love it so much. On July 21st, we have Prince of Swords by Lise Kova. She has 2 books coming out next year, which is very exciting, and that is the sequel to Arcana Academy, and I'm excited to see how Clara's story keeps going after Arcana Academy, because I love the story of the plot of the first one. I'm just really bad at word study, guys. But I'm really excited to see how Clara's story continues and everything with the prince and stuff like that. So we have The Lion and the Deathless Dark by Carissa Broadbent. This is the beginning of the last duology set in the Crowns of Neaxia world. I think that's how you pronounce that. But it is the first of the Bloodborne duet. So that this world has 3 different duologies on here from each coven of vampires. You have the Nightborn duet, which is the Serpent of Wings of Night and Ashes and the Starcursed King. You have the Shadowborn duology, which is the Songbird and the Heart of Stone and the Fallen and the Kiss of Dusk. And then we'll have the Lion and the Deathless Dark, which is the Bloodborne duology. And I'm really excited. I love how they connect so nicely too. And I love that world so much. I love the first duology. I haven't read any other ones, but I'm really excited to dive back into that world because it was so much fun. And then the last book that I have a date for is Fae and Alchemy Book 3. I don't think it has a title yet, but it's the third book in the series with Quicksilver and Brimstone. I just finished Brimstone last week, or not Brimstone, I just finished Quicksilver last week. I haven't read Brimstone, I'm going to read that in January. And I loved it. I loved Quicksilver. I love Cyrus and Fisher. I love the sass too, they're so funny. So some of the bantering was just you know it was going to be spicy just by their banter. It was very, very good banter. Because sometimes I know banter can be very, like, cringeworthy. So, I think one that I didn't put on here, it comes out in May, I think, but is The Agape Bear, book 5. I don't believe it has a title yet, but it is by author Hannah Lindsay. I have not read the first book yet, but I'm really excited to get into the series this year. I've been kind of trying to wait until all the books are out until I actually start reading them, because I know I'm going to want to binge the series, because Hannah's an incredible artist, and she does all the art in all of her books, and all the covers she designed herself, and I cannot wait. She's an incredible artist, and I know that if she creates art as beautiful as she does, then I know she's going to be able to write a story as beautiful as that. So I'm really excited to read that on. That one comes out May 15th. Then the 2 books that don't have a date released yet is the Ravens Trilogy, book 3 by Aparna Verma. That would be the sequel to The Phoenix King and the Burning Queen. And I don't believe she has a title yet for it. She is working on it, but I don't believe it has a title just yet at this moment. Cannot wait for that book to come out, because I loved The Phoenix King and I love The Burning Queen. I love Alina and I love Samson, and I really, really love a good enemies to lovers as well. And we love power hungry queens sometimes too, like power hungry princesses. So I'm really excited to read that one. The last book is the 4th book of the Empyrean series by Rebecca Yarros. Again, I don't think this one has a release date just yet. I think she said earlier this year that she was releasing it in 2027 maybe. So I'm not sure, but I love Fourth Wing. Iron Flame was good, not my favorite in the series, and then Onyx Storm was really good as well. So I'm really excited to see how Violet and Xaden's story goes through, or like continues and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to finally almost finish the series. So, hey guys, those are some books that I'm excited for in 2026 and maybe 2027, depends. So let me know if you've read any of the books coming before the series ones. If you have not heard of any of them, let me know, and I'll gladly share some more about each book with you guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I will see you tomorrow for some recent favorites. Sorry, I have like a little guide right here. Some recent favorites over the last couple of years.